to say that, look, this is time for you to think about all of these, younger people. What are you doing for them? What are if they are where they were last year is unacceptable because your company is not where it was last year. I put the responsibility back. So I don't see what you're talking about in terms of economy. Now we can only say, okay, you know what, let's get constructive. How can we mentor?
But the narrative is not in the favor of your government.
How can we the narrative that's painted, maybe because of media sentiments, but the election will not be done in the media. If media sentiments is aligning with opposition
can
sentiments,
the government survive
and the
it? Can the government survive it?
I don't see you remove Tinubu in 2027. I don't see where I don't even see where you're going to start.
With an article?
It's going to end up in frustration. Honestly, they don't even have a platform anymore. Which platform are they using? Where are all those parties? How can they pull together? So, unfortunately, the media...
Is that why the government is not very serious about...
Oh, come on. So that's why the media seems to be aligning with their sentiment. But I'm telling you, even though the media may not be collecting...
aligning with the sentiment of the people of Nigeria.
With their sentiment,
the voices of the people who are feeling the brunt.
When did opposition become the voice of the people? They can't be the voice of the people.
It is in the leg of democracy.
The people
opposition,
are wise. And apart from people
the civil
who are
society,
social media,
the media.
I have a message for especially the younger social media savvy people. I'm going to tell you the truth. You may not find it very palatable, but the truth is the truth. For those of you who are positive, if you curse your country, you get a curse back. If you bless your country, you gotta get blessed back. This country, look. The best place for anybody to do business in the world is in the country where they're from. I did business in the United Kingdom for more than 10 years. I've done business in the UAE. I've done business in the US. I've seen that, look, where you're from is what matters. Rather than, we should build this one that we have, rather than chasing what doesn't exist all around the world. Please, so look, it's not as bad, Don't let anybody, and I'm talking to very young people, don't let anybody come and wind you up and get you angry for no reason, such that you now begin to wear the negativity around your body. In fact, the fact that people have jackpot from this country, the truth is that they've also created a lot of job opportunities. But again, for those you can see, if you can see help yourself, think about the course you are doing. If you are the type that can go to university, be sure that your position for you to be relevant even in the future. There are still things that are continue to be relevant. We can project for 10, 20 years, even in spite of artificial intelligence. The people who are in medicine, in engineering, and all of these people, they never, they are never sitting at home. They are never idle, And apart from that also, you have to ensure that, when you get serious with yourself. If you get involved if you let yourself be carried away, some people let themselves be carried away, then they start to do drugs, they start to do all sorts of things, and that actually takes you out. How many drug addicts are in Nigeria? So if let's say they have 1 million or 2 million drug addicts in Nigeria, they come together and say, oh, we are suffering, when the problem they have is actually the drug addiction, which some of them have refused to kick. So are we going to condemn Nigeria on that basis?
I will ask you on the final note.
And I'll say, no, before that one, I'll also say there's opportunity in the technical area. Do you know that ordinary welders, we can't find good ones in Nigeria? We need good ones. And there are institutes. And
Nuisance, Lele.
You see how it kept going on and on and on and on and on. In the same breath, he kind of like summarized the opposition. He said it's going to end in frustration. They don't have what it takes. They don't even have the platform. They don't even have the party. That is how confident, that they are. Then he directed his tirade, right? He directed it to the people, he said, the young Nigerians who are on social media savvy, okay? That they should stop cursing their country, because when you are cursing Nigeria, you are cursing yourself. Another gaslight, because that's what they do. That's another gaslighting, all right? It's not them, it's you. Oh, then if you go abroad, even those who are going abroad, that created some jobs too here. So all you have to do is to go to school, right? And position yourself for all these jobs that those ones who are going abroad, who are jackpotting, right? You can replace them, He went on to talk about how Nigerians, right, love to build their own houses from the scratch. And in abroad, it's got friends, right, who never stop paying their mortgages. You get that? So he kept kind of like comparing, even to the point of food and all that. This is their own ideal way, okay, of pushing a form of a propaganda, right? That they themselves actually believe what they are saying, okay? So if you don't agree, automatically it's because you don't like us. There was another confrontation, should I call it, between, Agba Jalingo. That one said, Nigeria is a place where what they practice is AK47 economy. What is AK47 economy? That is the economy where you can invest in buying AK47 and go straight into kidnapping, all right? And that is so lucrative that one day maybe you can say you have repented by swearing. You can swear by the Holy Quran and say you won't do it again. And you can go on and enjoy whatever it is you made from that AK47 economy. Meanwhile, there was a seller on that same program. It was there to sell the same lie, the same bamboozlement, just like a Fasua. I think you should watch this, brethren.
Lead right. Let's not mislead the younger generation.
Mr. Liu, do you know the cost of a bag of rice in the market?
I have a younger friend here who says they are going to use this.
Dr. Liu, I'm asking you a question. Do you know the cost of a bag of rice in the market?
Do
you go to the market?
Law that you want changed now. I bet you.
I'm sure that as we are talking now, policemen are waiting for you outside the studio so that when you finish, you will enter an SUV. Policemen and civil defense, people's fathers are waiting for you now as we are talking. So that when you finish from here, they will carry you home.
Mr. President,
you do not know the cost of energy. You don't know the cost of energy. You don't know the cost of rice.
He was one of
you are
the
speaking
finest
for your money.
After the time, I mean, if you look at the challenges, that they try to tie to him, the issue they try to tie to him about the funds and everything else, then it shows you how much figures.
You are telling me about Chatham House.
That he was exposed
the
to.
Chatham House, the Nigerian people. The Chatham House vote Tinubu.
He has his green passport.
The Chatham House vote Tinubu.
At a young age, he did everything.
Nigerian voted Tinubu. Our lives have become worse, and you are there talking because they are paying you salary.
Country, he's running.
Be very careful.
We have consistency in Lagos. He is the president today. That alone shows you a success story.
Okay, thank you.
That's the hallmark of a change maker.
Thank you, Mr. Liu. Thank you, Mr. Liu. I think you were trying to get some words in.
Yeah, I'm trying to ask him a question. He's talking about reputable organizations that are giving credit and rating Tinubu positively. And the question I am asking simply is whether Chatham House or whatever international organization Dr. Ali is talking about is rating Tinubu positively. Did Chatham House vote for Tinubu? Okay. Was Chatham House in Nigeria to vote for Tinubu? He's speaking for his money. As he's talking, policemen are waiting for him outside to carry him home.
But I'm interested in saying something about Mr. Ali. Because when he was talking, he made a veiled reference to my comment, so I want to respond to him. If you have been watching this program, if you have not been watching, maybe you watch the replay, you will notice that when Dr. Ali was talking, if you see his demeanor, if you look at his face, you will see that he suddenly became angry when you were pushing him to give you the answer to your question. He started by massaging the young lady in the studio. My younger sister, I want to appeal to her. And the next thing, he was telling you not to push him. He wanted to have the floor, and he became angry, literally on his face. That is the attitude of this government. I even think there's an insult to call a young, a 20-year-old person, a small girl. I don't find it funny because in this country, we have seen people at 23 who became ministers and all of that. In my state, we still have, my governor was 46 and all of that. Now, that is the attitude of this government as reflected by Dr. Aliu. In that brief 2-3 minutes, that is the attitude of this government. He was wondering that activists, people say they are activists. You are angry with the military. You are angry with people from 1999 till now. The truth is that have the ideals of June 12 been fulfilled? Have the ideals of the democracy, which we carry placard for, have they been fulfilled? The answer is no. But these people, the moment they give them power, imagine that a Dr. Aliu has power, and I have the capacity to ask him questions. In 2 minutes, look at the annoyance. If he had a litany of policemen and soldiers, he will move them against me. That is exactly what Nigeria has been doing under this government. Have you also noticed that almost every prominent saboteur, economic saboteur, and murderers, mass murderers in Nigeria, from the north to the, maybe the southeast is still the only region that is isolated now, to the south, where I come from,
They have all been compensated with either federal government contracts, Tantita in particular. Some of them have been made traditional rulers. They have been given thrones. These are tenures that will never end until death. Government officials are patronizing mass murderers and economic saboteurs and turning them to strongholds in this country. And those of us who are asking for change, just make one line, they come and arrest you. I was arrested and charged for treason for saying that my former governor mismanaged 500 million naira meant for a microfinance bank that is still not working till today. Instead of the security agencies to go after the person that mismanaged our money, they came after me. And I was charged for treasonable felony, attempts to overthrow Buhari and Governor Yadi. I don't know how this country is working, but the people that are destroying this country, carrying arms, once you have I call it the AK47 economy. They are moving on with it. Once you have the capacity to kill in mass, after 1 or 2 years, they'll call you, negotiate with you. Either give you a traditional throne, or give you a contract to go and secure some federal government assets, or make you so prominent, fund you with so much money. As a matter of fact, there's a bandit leader in Zamfara State that was declared wanted. The day he came outside to collect an award, he was surrounded by policemen, and the local government chairman was seated there in the occasion, a man that had been declared wanted by the Nigerian army and by the Nigerian police. That is how this country is functioning. And they come to talk about this, our movement. Dr. Ali said something there that there's no country that has all its problems solved. And I agree with him absolutely. But what I'm saying is that our target we may not be able to eventually stop corruption. But if you can put a stumbling block on the part of those who want to steal our money, it's some form of progress. We may not, I don't think there's any country anywhere that has been able to stop corruption completely. But what we can do is continue to mobilize ourselves to put stumbling blocks on the part of those who want to steal. Let them know that if you steal, there will be some form of consequences. You may not go to jail in Nigeria because if you steal enough, it's only poor people that go to jail in Nigeria. I've been to jail, it's only poor people that are there. There's no rich man in prison because they are not ready to send themselves to jail. But our target may not just be to build a paradise here, but to be able to put stumbling blocks on the parts of those who want to destroy Nigeria. But government is not helping it. Our government is patronizing violence. Our government is patronizing crime. Our government is funding those who are destroying this country, and they are running after young people and innocent people who are calling for change in this country. And it is very, very disheartening.
This was very compulsive.
Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so corrupt, which I regret the day I was born in this country. It's unfair. This is unfair now. This is unfair. Nigeria is so
unfair. Agba Jalingo. And I kind of love his sort of composure too, by punching into the character of his co-debater. Because that aspect of them, where whenever you try to press them to answer questions, any question at all, about this illegitimate government or anybody therein, they would suddenly become aggressive, angry. And from that moment on, the nicest among them can say, there's nothing I tell you that you're going to believe anyway. So, or they become very defensive rather than have a proper conversation around, okay, tell us, how could you do this or that, blah, blah, blah. They'll say, they'll turn it into something else. Because in reality, Baba, for people who are business owners in Nigeria, they can tell you it is. Everybody. Traders who are supposed to run the economy. Remember, there is one ShopRite, Silverbird.
This is ShopRite in Silverbird. Can you see the ShopRite? This is Saturday afternoon when families used to come out shopping. This is ShopRite. All the thieves are not manned. There are no customers. The economy is dying. The government wants us to believe that things will get better. Things cannot get better because income levels have not increased in line with the cost of goods and services. In the whole of this ShopRite, you have only one till that is available. One till is working on a Saturday afternoon. Only one till. You see, So this economy is dead. Economy is dead, and they are making us to believe that the economy is working. The economy isn't working. This is ShopRite on Saturday afternoon. People are not here. You know, thank you. This is ShopRite in Silverbird.
In the time of poverty like this, the economic principle of Yusuf is what everybody should apply in his own lives. Eat little, save more. You don't know what is happening. Kese la nri lọ́wọ́, makasakasa tí ń bọ̀ o.
Reality. And of course, remember that lady that spoke in support of 30 days rant challenge. Yeah. He has something fresh, right? Again, that you can class as a fresh rant for those who are the direct victims of the Tinubunomic.
The day we start learning to walk together as a nation, as one people, is the day most of the nonsense that goes on in this country will cease to exist. I was born in Lagos, but I grew up most of my life in the north. We lived in Bida, Suleja, Mina, and Kaduna. And we had to live among a lot of Hausa people and a lot of Fulani people. And I can tell you from my experience, we never had such a division like now. I never ever had a problem with a Fulani person. They were always so kind and so calm, and there was just something about them that we loved. But in this day and time, they have become our problem. How? Because people in power use them to destroy and disrupt the economy. The people have been crying for a very long time about these headsmen, taking over their lands, disrupting their communities, and nothing is being done. It's almost like, oh, you people don't matter, you people don't exist, so whatever happens, happens. The government sits quietly, and apparently from what we've heard now, allegedly, because I have to use that term, the government of certain cities actually collects money from these headsmen, to be in those cities. Now tell me why people have to die and bury their family time and time again, and still nothing is being done. The police that are supposed to protect the people do nothing. The politicians that are supposed to protect human beings do absolutely nothing. Our dear president does absolutely nothing. Apparently he's on vacation right now. When people are crying and are dying and are hungry, people are taking vacations. What a luxurious life. And the funniest part is, all these different tribes, when it comes to politics, they are cool. They are all friends. While each and every one of you, they've created this stigma in your head that you have to fight and kill each other. You now think as a Yoruba man that you're better than an Igbo man, and an Igbo man feels he's better than a Hausa man, and the train just goes round and round. At the end of the day, you're the one they're gonna use in the long run to make the division of the country. It's so painful to me to open my phone one day in the middle of a 30-day rant and see the destruction that happened in Uromi, Edo State, because I'm an Edo babe. So when I hear things like that, it really pains my soul. I actually feel hurt for the people. Now tell me, when communities have been crying for so long now about the people, the headsmen have been crying for so long, you now see a truck full of people come into your town with guns and weapons, and you tell me the people should do nothing. Now, do I believe in jungle justice? I don't like it. I couldn't even see it. I couldn't video it. I couldn't be around that situation because I just feel it's so barbaric. But in the community where they have spoken to authorities and nothing is happening, I do feel their pain because they also have lost people. So I understand what went on there. Do I approve of it? Absolutely not. But I get it. Now, don't you just find the timing of it a little bit funny? Like, we're here talking, Nigeria is starting to slowly grasp the severity of what's going on in the country, and boom, just like that, 16 or how many of them just show up with guns. What did you think was going to happen? And from that moment, people have calmed down on their rants. They've calmed down because I feel like all this is one big strategy to distract Nigerians because we're so easily distracted from the main picture. And now what's happening? You have Fulani people that have always been known to be the calmest of calm people coming out to ask for justice. What about justice for everybody else? Why are we putting ourselves in situations where we are